10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wak Attack. Today is February 28th, and we've got a busy episode for you as always because there's so much happening. So let's get started. One of the things that happened last night was that the Sepolia version of Shapella has been successfully activated. So what does this mean? What is Sepolia? Sepolia is a testnet that is for Web3 developers for Ethereum. And it's pretty much, exactly the same as Ethereum, except it's for testing things, right? You break things on there, you find bugs and all that kind of stuff before you move to mainnet. So why was this important? Well, the next Ethereum hard fork, which is called Shapella, Shanghai and Capella, took place on the Sepolia test last night. And here we have this post from Marek, who says that it was successful and everything is running smoothly. Which is absolutely fantastic news, and this is really great because we're getting one step closer to being on getting to the mainnet Shapella, which we're all very excited about and waiting for. So if you look at the Sepolia beacon chain, you can see here that proposals are going through just fine, and attestation votes are really high, over 90%, 96%, 95%, which is fantastic. And there were some issues last night with Prism. I think they didn't have there was some issue with their the blocks they were producing, but I think it was addressed really quickly. And I'm sorry if I'm misunderstanding that and I'm spreading FUD. But I think once it comes to mainnet Shapella, everything is going to be ready at launch, and we're getting one step closer now. So I think the most optimistic timeline going forward is that we will have Gurley, which is the other Ethereum testnet, which will undergo the Shapella hard fork maybe in about 2 weeks' time, around the middle of March, and then mainnet might be the end of March. I think like 2 weeks after that. That's the most optimistic time frame we can have. Of course, if there's any issues or any problems come up, then we'll have to fix those. It might take a little bit longer. But I think somewhere around the end of March or middle of April seems to be a target for getting Shapella on mainnet, which I'm very excited about. Okay, so in yesterday's episode, we covered NodeSet, which was a new protocol that was being built by two Rocket Pool community members, Wanda and Nick S. And at the time there was very little information about it, and they said information is coming soon. So then yesterday afternoon, Wanda posted some information. So we got this article about Project Hyperdrive, which was by Mike and Wanda and NodeSet. And this says, please note this article assumes basic knowledge of Rocket Pool's mechanics. See rocketpool.net for more information. And they're talking about how the project needs a name, and they're still like Project Hyperdrive is just a placeholder name. So they're looking for new names, and there's a competition that they're paying 20 RPL for, and that they are hiring and contact us if you have principal level software engineering experience. So that's really cool that they're hiring for that. So then it gives you an introduction of what it is, and it says in mid 2020. A group of node operators came together with the goal to develop a framework for expanding and scaling Rocket Pool. Our team, formerly referred to as Node Operator Association, has renamed itself to NodeSet after transitioning away from a non-profit due to legal limitations. Regardless, our project is already well into development, and today we'd like to share a closer look at the design so far. So then there's a section about project goals, and that gives you an idea of what it would look like. So here, you have, there's going to be another layer. Basically, it's going to be a layer 2 for Rocket Pool, where people will be able to deposit ETH and RPL into Project Hyperdrive, and then they will get a token back for that, kind of like our ETH that automatically accrues yield. It's just for the ETH token, you will not pay any commission, so it'll be commission free, as opposed to the 14% commission you pay on our ETH. and then on the RPL side, it'll be like a value increasing not rebasing, but like value increasing token that you get X RPL that you'll be able to swap back for RPL. And I'm not sure what the commission on that is going to be. So then there's, a diagram here that kind of explains the architecture, about how it will work, and how basically the idea is that this will be an extra, like a sidecar that will attach to the Rocket Pool smart node stack, and everything will happen through the smart node stack. So, there's information about the three different actors in the space. There'll be the depositors, people who deposit their ETH or RPL. There'll be the node operators, and the idea is that there will be current Rocket Pool node operators who have like a history of good node operation. So it says mini pool creation, and then it explains the process of how that will be created. And then one of the key issues that they're still trying to figure out is the administrator, and that's the software or that's going to manage the whole thing. And that's an area that they're still actively researching at the moment. And they've got some ideas of how that's going to go. And then they've got lots of really good information here. And the article ends with a FAQ where they ask questions like if RXETH had better returns, could it replace RETH, and will Hyperdrive have a governance token? Are there any regulatory risks? Why can't we just add this to Rocket Pool itself? And how much work has been done so far when launch, and the idea is to launch at the end of 2023, which is really exciting. And then it says there's some open questions as well, like how does the XRETH price feed work? Is there an oracle? What does the administrator look like? Is it one person or entity? And what if the administrator does bad stuff? So there's some really good information in this article. It's quite long, so I won't go through it in much more detail, but I definitely recommend you give it a read and like engage with it, because I think it's going to be one of those things that's going to be extremely attractive for Rocket Pool, like building up to the next level. It's really exciting. Like Nick and Wanda are really cool people. They've been long-lasting members of the Rocket Pool community. They've really established a level of trust and a reputation that I think will do really well with NodeSet. And then we had I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Oh, this is the naming contest. So if you go to the NodeSet Discord, they said there's a naming contest, and then Kalilran replies by saying project face. And then so a lot of people had some really good ideas, like Marceau said constellation, and what's that yellow mean? Let's see. Moderator. He's a moderator there. Nice, good job. And Nick, of course, is administrator. He's founder of the project. But people had some really good ideas. People were sharing the names, and they were kind of going for space themes, kind of related to Rocket Pool, like the idea of rockets. But it's looking really good. Like they're gonna have a really good name, I'm sure, like in the very near future. I'm not even gonna bother guessing, because there's like 100 better suggestions than what I could come up with already. And Marceau says lots of really good ideas. It's a talented community, and that's really good. And someone recommended Rocket Fuel, Real Pirates. For shame, Real Pirates, for shame. But I'm really excited about this project. I think it's going to be really big, and I'm really excited about promoting it more and sharing it more to the community, because I'm really like heartened with the work that these guys are doing. So you might ask, like why are you so interested in this? Well, my second episode of Launchpad, when I interview people in the Rocket Pool community, was with Wanda, who's one of the founders of NodeSet, and we had a really great conversation about like Wanda's life and like his path in crypto. But then the second half of the episode really focused on, at the time, what was the Node Operator Association and how it might work, and the ideas that they had, which were like really exciting at the time and have developed even more since then. And with this video, you can definitely get a good idea of the passion, the enthusiasm that Wanda has, and the expertise that he brings to this area. and just like his entrepreneurial skills and his dedication to the work. Like he's been doing it for nearly a year already. It's like phenomenal. It's really, really great. So that's why, I'm so confident in promoting this project, talking about this project. Every conversation that I've had with Wander and Nick has been amazing, and they really strike me as smart, driven people who love Rocket Pool and want it to thrive, and they think NodeSet will be one of the things they can do to help that happen. So this is really great. Like, go watch the Launchpad episode if you want to hear like Wander's thoughts himself, and check out their Discord and probe those ideas. And I'm sure, like, if you have critical ideas about what they're doing, then they'd love to hear those as well, because I think they really they want to create the best possible product for Rocket Pool and for the Ethereum ecosystem, staking ecosystem. So I think that's what they'll do. Okay, moving on from there. Next we have this comment from Mav, and he says, "Hey everyone, a bit of a shorter update as the team is beginning to fly out to Denver today, but here are recent protocol highlights by way of the bi-weekly update." And then there's a link to the Medium article, and Maverick says, looking forward to meeting many of you in real life soon. So let's have a look. The bi-weekly update is right here for February 28th, and over the last 2 weeks, the RETH supply has grown by annualized rate of 108%. Mini pool count has grown by an annualized rate of 114%, and effective RPL staked has declined 2.8% for an annualized decline of 74% to 6.15 million. And then there's a comment saying rapid RPL price increases can cause collateral to exceed 150% and become ineffective. And this says node operator count has grown by an annualized rate of about 67% to 2,140 node operators, which is wonderful. And then there's an update about the smart node. It says that Joe's working on version 1.9 with the version 1.8 having been skipped. And then there's information about the R&D things that are happening, which is mostly Atlas, and progress is being made on the website update refresh, which is really exciting to see. And then we have information about integrations. This is the maker governance proposal to lower our ETH fee to 0.5% and increase the debt ceiling to 10 million DAI passed. And it says the curve pool was created and attracted incentives, and centralized exchanges listings happened. Gitcoin was voted onto the order DAO. 2 DAO governance votes are now live. We're going to be talking about that later. And then there's proposals in the DAO forum and a comprehensive post-mortem of the GMC round 1. And then next there was information about media marketing, and here we had like information about Coinbase Ventures and crypto YouTubers and panel discussions that Rocket Pool has hosted, and lots of different discussions that have been taking place. So definitely have a look at the bi-weekly update to see most of the really cool things that are happening in the community, in the protocol as well. So good stuff. Okay, next we have some updates from Joe. And Joe says, good news everyone, I have successfully got the new balance submission, doing the maths properly. Have copy paste because I'm lazy. And then Joe says, okay, so I have the balance submission basically on par with Praetor, the old routine, but there's some changes to be made. And then there's Watchtower gets the user balance from the Beacon balance, and new one gets the balance from Beacon balance plus mini pool balance minus mini pool refund. And he says the old Watchtower does not get the Beacon slot, and there's like updates. And he says there's a fourth condition there, though I didn't list it, and dissolved mini pool gets ignored from the ratio now. So it's good that Joe's getting some of those technical issues that he was encountering like dealt with and fixed. And then Patches says, should I sell all my RETH before Atlas launches and buy it back after the forced order balance consensus? He says joking can't mint RETH anyway. And then Joe says at some point we're going to have to pick an epoch for this changeover on mainnet, and the RETH ratio is going to change very slightly as a result. And Joe says, so my plan is take a break and hang out with the family for a bit, put all of these changes into code bases, write the all new hybrid balances routine with the epoch changeover, make sure that works, document all of the above, and release this mess. So I'm really, really happy to hear point number 1 here about take a break and hang out with the family for a bit. That's wonderful. So yeah, like Joe's doing work, which is really great, and I'm really happy to see that he's making good progress. Another thing that Joe posted yesterday as well was a guide to the new documents on the Rocket Pool website for Atlas, and it says the Rocket Pool Atlas update. So here we have on the documents website, we have this information about Atlas upgrade. It says that Rocket Pool's next major update, titled Atlas, has been released for beta testing on the Zhejiang and Prater Goerli testnets networks. This this page describes the major changes that Atlas brings, including updates to both the Smart Node stack and Rocket Pool protocol in general. And it says, please read through this page thoroughly to understand all the differences between the previous versions of Rocket Pool, Redstone, and Atlas. So then it highlights the new features about withdrawals, 8 ETH bonded mini pools, solo validator conversion. It says new smart node features are a unified Grafana dashboard, so you won't have different dashboards for different consensus clients, which is really cool. And then there's some changes to Nimbus and Lodestars being added, and there's a new network snapshot system, and there's information about Zhejiang as well, which is wonderful. So thank you, Joe, for getting that document out. And I'm really excited to see how all of this is going to work, with the actual documents for mainnet, because then it will tell you how to do all these steps as well, which is going to be really exciting. Okay, so then Joe gives this information. He says, hello here, node operators and beta testers. He says, today on the eve of ETH Denver, Rocket Pool is proud to present the first alpha build of the next smart node version 1.9.0 Alpha 1. This is a test release and meant for test networks only. Do not use this on mainnet. And that is bolded with caution signs. I know there have been members of the community who have used testnet versions on mainnet before, but it is not advised with this version. So then, as we just covered, like some of the patch notes and the highlights about all the different things that are going in there, so you can read those in this post. And it's also got links to the full patch notes and the documents that we just talked about as well. And Joe says this has been months in the making, and we would absolutely love to get as many eyeballs on this as possible to help us test it out. Specifically, we'd like help testing everything Atlas related on Zhejiang, everything on Prater to make sure the pre-Atlas support works properly, migration from Nimbus single client mode in version 1.7.5 to split mode in version 1.9.0 to ensure proper slashing database carryover, Lodestar support, everything on both Prater and Atlas while using native mode. And then there's information on how to install it, and then how to give feedback, where to give feedback. And then Joe finishes by saying, thank you everyone, and happy testing. Also, if you're making it to the convention, we'll see you at ETH Denver. A reminder to opt into the node operator role to receive these announcements. React with thumbs up to the post linked below, and then there's a link to the post that you can react to. So great work, Joe. That's really, really awesome. I can't believe we're getting so close to Atlas now. It's like you can almost feel it. It's really cool. Next, we had this update from Joe about the Proteus, and Joe says, everyone, Mig says the latest updates from Bradsa, I don't know how to pronounce their name, the company that makes the Rock 5, that is the board that the Proteus is built on. So Mig says the latest update from the company bricked his Rock. If you are running a validator on Proteus or regular Rock, you probably want to hold off on that update for now. And then there's information about that. So yeah, please, if you are running a Proteus or if you're running your validators on the Rock, do not update to the latest version of your new software, because it might cause issues. So Mig here says, latest update have completely effed my Rock 5 running the Rad X, I don't know how to pronounce that, Ubuntu server, no more Ethernet, etc. Now I need to take it out of the fundless case. So sad. And then Joe says I should probably post this, which of course he posted, because the Proteus runs that board. So yeah, please do not update your system. If you have already, then, and if you're having problems, pop into support and see what people can help you with. Okay, and finally, we mentioned people being kind to Joe's family, his wife, yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before. And this POAP was created, it says, for the month of February 2023, Joe has been burning the proverbial midnight oil and working some very long hours to ship Atlas and version 1.9 on time. The Rocket Pool community took the time to thank Joe for his amazing work and thank his wife for supporting him during that time. This POAP was awarded to anyone who shared kind words with Joe and his family. The POAP was developed by Superphase and designed by Schifrin. And you can have a look at the POAP. It says burning the midnight oil. Thank you, Joe. And then there's a date of the comments that people left on the 24th. And it says Rocket Pool. So that's really a lovely POAP that was created. And it's already gone out to 79 people. Probably a little bit more now. And then it also was... I think the total amount that it was sent to was like 130 people, something along that number, which is absolutely lovely that so many people took time out to send positive messages to Joe's family. Also, if you work for POAP and you're watching this, on the gallery page, it's not showing the ENS names like it used to before. So I don't know if that's deliberate or not, but I just thought I'd bring that to your attention because I know some people from POAP watch Rocket Fuel. Okay, next we have this update from Mav about Denver, because obviously, like I said earlier, he's on his way to Denver. He says, hey everyone, greetings from a snowy Vancouver airport. We're happy to announce that 2 excellent community designed POAPs will be available at ETH Denver starting in around 48 hours time. All volunteers who spend time helping out at the Rocket Pool booth is eligible to be sent a free POAP designed by RPL Maxi. I will DM you a code sometime after ETH Denver using the roster as a guide. If you end up volunteering but aren't on the roster, please let me know ASAP so that you don't fall through the cracks. We'll also make a POAP designed by Schifrin available via POAP kiosk or POAP checkout for everyone who helps power Ethereum by riding the booth bicycle generator for a nominal amount of time. And it says exact time to be confirmed. Please give us some time to get the RPL rewards to the designers. We will send some to everyone who has made a submission as a thanks for your time. And then there's a Rocket Pool, and then here is the POAP for riding the bike, which looks really beautiful. It says you powered Ethereum with a Rocket Pool Proteus, and then but I think it might actually be a NUC, not a Proteus that you're powering, but I think we're still trying to figure that out. And then there's another one that says I was a Rocket Pool volunteer at ETH Denver. And then there's a bunch of people standing around computers at a conference with astronaut suits. So that's really cool. Yeah, thanks Mav for that update. And yeah, next we have some really cool things that people in the community are doing. One is this from Peteris, who we talked about yesterday, is building a way to start mini pools from... using a NodeSet safe and from the Rocket Scan website. So if you have a look, he's made an update to his software, which makes it a lot easier to like just click the buttons and do everything on the actual website. Like on the right side of the top of the frame, it has stake RPL, create mini pool, join smoothing pool, change withdrawal address, change time zone. So those are like the common actions that people would normally be doing through the smart node client, whereas now you can just do it through the Rocket Scan website. One of the comments made by, I think, Ramana, or maybe it was someone else, maybe I'm mistaken, was that people need to make sure they have a node that's actually like running the right information for it to link to. Otherwise, you're gonna get leakage from your leakage penalties from your you're going to get leakage penalties from your validator not attesting properly, and you'll miss proposals and all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, then it's all live, and it literally, this is I think a 2 times speeded up video with the transactions cut out, so it can happen in under 5 minutes, which is absolutely amazing. And Patchy says Peteris is low-key building the node operator user interface Superphase always wanted. The only thing missing is the client side portion. And Peteris says, did you see how fast I can create mini pools? I sped it up, but it's still very quick. It works in Atlas now. Nice transaction and error user experience. I can also do the stake transaction, not in the video, and export the validator key for importing into Smart Node. You can do some other things like join the smoothing pool. And Patches says it's pretty amazing, and Peteris says unfortunately NodeSet is not deployed to Zhejiang, but it works with no changes at all. NodeSet apps are just iframes. They inject some magic and it just works perfectly, which is really, really cool. And then I said, this is so effing cool. I featured you on Rocket Fuel today, and I'm going to feature it again tomorrow. And then people were just asking other questions, and yeah, it's really, really, really cool stuff. I'm very, very excited about that. Okay, and the next thing, we had this tweet from Wo, who says, was it worth $25 to make this joke? And then the joke is, oh, there's the Twitter page loading. Sorry it took so long. He says, on the way to Ethereum Denver, and I wondered if you can validate from 32,000 feet on my Rocket phone. I can. Rocket Pool and stakes on a plane. And then there's a link from, there's a GIF of Samuel L. Jackson saying there's mother effing stakes on the plane. And then as you can see, there's a screenshot from the Beacon Chain website showing that the attestations are going through. So, you know, a few weeks ago we shared War's Rocket phone, which he was running a validator on the smartphone, and it's really amazing that he's like being able to do that on planes Wi-Fi. So amazing stuff, War. Like, I'm really excited to see that in Denver. Okay, speaking about Denver, we had the recording of the. We had a recording of the. So the Rocket Builders Workshop. That. Oh, sorry, Siri, go away. The Rocket Builders Workshop, and this was the beginning of the talk, and it starts at around 15 minutes in the video in the link. And oh wait, it's mute.
My name is Dante, also known as Fornax.
So there's Fornax and giving his talk.
Introduce yourself, Ken.
So it's really cool.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Battle Week. My name is Ken Smith. I'm one of.
So that's Ken and Fornax giving their talk, and Fornax's talk, which was really awesome. So you can go ahead and watch that now. Watch the recording of it, which I'm sure you will enjoy a lot. So I shouldn't be sharing this information because it's going to dilute my own chances of winning. But the Rocket Pool builders have a raffle for people who purchased or got the POAPs. So there were two POAPs. One was the Rocket Builders Workshop online version POAP, and one was the Rocket Builders Workshop POAP. So if you got the POAPs, then you were able to enter this raffle. The first prize of the raffle is a Proteus. The second prize of the raffle is 5 RPL. So, you know, you've got 3 hours from the time of recording. So it'll probably be about 2.5 hours from the time the video is uploaded to enter this raffle. So far, 82 people have entered the raffle, and there are there's 2 prizes available. So it's like 1 in a 40 chance of winning something. The multiple POAPs do not make you eligible for multiple entries. It's just 1 entry per person, but that's really exciting. So thank you for setting that up, Fornax. Also, there's still a chance to buy the Rocket Builders Workshop stream version. There's a link in the description that you can follow, and then you can buy it and enter that raffle. So the price is 0.002 ETH. I guess that's kind of like a lottery ticket price pretty much if you are interested in getting that now. Okay, next we had this video from that was shared on Discord by Roki, but if we look at the video, it is by Empire, and they are talking about liquid staking, the battle for liquidity, and then they had information about CB ETH and Rocket Pool in there. So it says the reason why I'm sharing this is because Langers of Rocket Pool was on this video, and some of the times the description of it says in this episode of Empire, Langers and John Zettler of Coinbase join us to discuss why liquid staking is taking over Ethereum. We start with LSD landscape and how CB ETH and Rocket Pool approach, product strategy, and Lido's dominance. Then we get into the real fun stuff. Darren and John explain the second and third order effects of the Shanghai upgrade, how to drive on-chain liquidity, and the evolving fee market, and more. Liquid staking is poised to take over Ethereum. Don't miss out. And there's timestamps, so it covers topics such as the LSD market overview, Rocket Pool's focus on decentralization, Lido's dominance, Coinbase's partnership with Rocket Pool, Shanghai predictions, Blockworks research, a reshuffling of market share, driving on-chain liquidity, fee markets and multi-chain, and then future outlook, regulations, and LSTs on layer 2. So that seems like an interesting video. I didn't actually get around to watching this video yet, but if you're curious, then give it a watch. Excuse me. Okay, so next we had this post from Danny, and he says, friendly reminder that 2 governance votes are out and still need to hit quorum. And he says, tell your friends. So I'm Danny's friend, and I'm telling all of you all who are my friends. So we can see that, it's the RPIP 10 vote that is still out at the moment, and it has only reached 67% of quorum. And then we have the GMC membership selection vote that has only reached 60% of quorum. So we definitely need some community members to come out and vote for this. For the GMC membership, we currently have Fornax, Schifrin, Kevster, and Dondo, who are in positions to get elected, and that of course can change because we've only had 3,100 votes, and we can expect another 2,000 votes to come in. So that I think Fornax will likely get a spot, and then after that it's still a bit up in the air, but that's really cool that people are voting. But the biggest we haven't had Joe vote yet, we haven't had Marceau vote yet. There have been some big community members who haven't voted yet, so please, if you're listening to this, please vote in this snapshot vote. There's still another week for it to go, and over a week. It finishes on March 10th. And then the other snapshot vote is for the RPIP 10 update, and that's just like a vote for, against, or abstain, and that's a little bit closer to quorum, but it's still some ways off. And there are 98.8% of votes for, 36 votes against, and 6 votes abstain. And then here as well, we need some of the bigger community members to come out and vote, because we're way behind. So that is quite important. Okay, moving on from that, we have a new video from DeFi Dad, who this time talked to Sriram Kannan, who is the founder of Eigenlayer, and they talked a whole lot about all different Eigenlayer stuff. And then this portion of the video here where they talk about liquid staking. So let's have a quick listen.
Is the liquid staking derivatives and how they've found product market fit in a post-merge world, and would love to hear you kind of speak to how Eigenlayer aligns or integrates with some of these liquid staking derivatives providers, and if you could also touch on, like, are there any that are like more preferential because of like broader decentralization?
Okay, so I'll stop there, but I haven't actually watched this one either yet, but give it a listen if you're curious about what Sriram from Eigenlayer team has to say about LSTs and how Eigenlayer are going to integrate them. Okay, talking about LSTs, I'm going to cover this update from Data Always, who says another giant Lido inflow today, about 430,000 ETH or $700 million over the last 3 days. And then it says, is Justin Sun deploying more capital? And then as you can see, the Lido amounts, like the amount being staked, is just going completely like through the roof recently, and we've gotten a whole lot of ETH that's been added. And then Data Always says it's basically all Lido, which you can see by these green towers. They're all the Lido stake going up. So yeah, there's been a lot of inflows into Lido there. And then Dragon Warrior says Justin doesn't know how to run his own node. And then Hasu says Justin is probably the biggest DeFi user in the world, which is exactly what LSTs enable. So I'm really curious to see what the reshuffle is going to look like after the Ethereum hard fork like Shapella goes through. At the moment, it looks really scary that Lido is just like able to absorb so much demand like so quickly and so easily. And of course, that's a huge bonus of them being completely centralized, right? Like in a lot of ways. Well, I maybe that saying completely centralized in a lot of ways might be a little bit hyperbolic, but the fact that they have permissioned node operator set that can just spin up new validators like as simply as depositing 32 ETH, like that is a very, very difficult hurdle for something like Rocket Pool to overcome. However, going into Atlas, we'll be making our own deposit pool bigger, and hopefully LEB8s will allow us to absorb a whole lot of demand for our ETH. So it might look scary right now, but I think in the weeks and months after Shapella, that's where we're going to get a good idea where Rocket Pool stands, and that's going to be like a big indicator of how successful Rocket Pool as a protocol will be going forward. So yay. Okay, and finally we have this product that was created in part by a member of Rocket Pool team, Buddha, and it says the holders play. I've covered this on Rocket Fuel before, but I'm actually covering it today because I bought mine and it arrived. So this is the box that it comes in, and then when you open it, it has some paperwork about like instructions on how to set up your plate and what to do on like your conversion sheets. And then it comes with two pieces of hardware. The first is this hole punch, which you can see right here, and you use this to mark your Eversteel. And then here is the actual Eversteel, and it's got this nice little wallet that it forms into. And then if you take off the protective plastic, you can open it. And let me show you guys. Sorry, I had one that was open, but I just reached for this one that was still closed. So look, I'm just peeling off the plastic. And then there's plastic on the other side as well. Sorry, I got the wrong version for you all, so it's taking a bit longer than I thought. But yeah, you take off the other side of the plastic. Sorry about the sounds there, some ASMR for you all. So then what you do is you take off these clips at the top and the bottom, and you open it up to reveal these two plates, and then that's where you can engrave your seed phrases, your 24 seed words into that, and you get a wallet. So it's really cool that they made this. I got a set of 3, which cost me $170, I think, somewhere around that amount. I am yet to engrave them, so I won't be showing them after I engrave them, but it will likely be that I engrave them after Denver. One of the bonus of these is they're quite small, so as you can see in my hand, so I'm a really like tall guy, but like it kind of is a little bit bigger than a business card. Actually, let me hold it here. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than a business card, and it's quite heavy. So the steel that it's made of is like super fireproof and like flood proof and all that kind of stuff. So it's designed to be like virtually like indestructible. It's way like more fire resistant than your average house fire. So God forbid if something happened to your house, or it was like flooded or burned or something, your seed phrases will be safe. Then the issue becomes of where do you actually keep it. So I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to keep mine, but yeah, it's a really cool product. Like I really like it. Maybe I'll give you all an update on it when I actually punch holes in it to let you know how that goes. I think there was an older version of the set where people were a little bit unhappy about the hole punch, but I think they fixed that and they made it a lot better. So hopefully that's what I will be able to do. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm going to end the episode on that note today. There'll be an episode tomorrow, and then on Thursday there won't be an episode because I'll be traveling to Denver. However, I will be publishing a vlog of my time in Denver. Now I'm not sure if that's going to be a daily vlog or a vlog for the whole of the 4 days. It's very unlikely that I'll be able to upload anything before next week, and yeah, I'll see how it all goes. But I'm really excited about heading out to Denver and meeting everyone. As some of you might be able to tell, I am a tiny bit sick. Thankfully, it's not COVID. I hope it stays not COVID. But you know, I'm gonna hopefully start feeling better today and tomorrow. So anyway, I'm really excited about meeting all of you. Hopefully, I'll be feeling better so I can give everyone hugs. And if not, then yeah, let's not even think about that. That's not going to be fun. But I'm really excited about meeting all of you all. Like I said, tomorrow's going to be the last episode before my trip, and also I'm hoping to get the raffle done ideally tomorrow, but it might be after Denver, and that's the raffle for the contributors to Rocket Fuel, which I think is over 55 people, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.